This is Nick with logosbynick.com, and in today's tutorial I'll be demonstrating how you can create this isometric Lego text using Inkscape. So I'll go ahead and get started here in Inkscape. By the way, if you'd like to know how you could update Inkscape's appearance with this dark theme and these custom icons, I'll have a link to that information in the description of the video. The first thing we want to do is just make sure we have our document set up with a similar view. So I'm going to go to File, Document Properties, and I'm going to set the display units to pixels. And I'm going to turn off the visibility of the page border, and then we can close out of that. And then we're going to open up the Align and Distribute menu with this button up here. And if you're not sure which button it is, you can just hover your cursor over it, and a little tag will come up telling you which button it is. And then I'll open up the Align and Distribute menu. The Edit Objects, Colors, Gradients, and Stroke menu with that button there. We'll go to View. We're going to want Custom selected. Then we'll go to Zoom, and we'll zoom in at 1:1. So we're zoomed in at 100%. So the first thing we're going to do is create an individual Lego block. So to do that, I'm going to grab the Stars and Polygons tool. And up here in this toolbar, the settings we want to have selected, we want to have regular polygon selected, and we want 6 corners, and we want rounded and randomized, both set to 0. And then I'm going to come over here into the canvas, hold Control and Shift on the keyboard, and click and drag to create a nice polygon like that, where the corners are going vertically up and down. We don't want it sitting flat like that. We want the corners going up and down just like that. And once we've done that, I'm going to go to the Select tool. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to go to Path, Object to Path in order to convert that to a path. I'm going to bring the opacity of that down about in half. And then I'm going to go to the Edit Paths by Nodes tool. And I'm going to click and drag over these top 3 nodes right here so we have them selected. And then I'm going to hold Control on the keyboard and grab one of those nodes and just click and drag it down a little bit, maybe about that far. We can go to the Select tool now. I'm going to right click on that and go to Duplicate. And then I'm going to take this bottom left corner and just snap it onto this corner over here so that they're intersecting with each other like that. And we're going to use this as a reference point to where to draw the lines that we're going to draw next using the Bezier pen. So I'm going to come over here and grab the Bezier pen from the toolbar. You could also press B on the keyboard to grab that. And I'm just going to snap to each corner. But before we do that, we want to come up here to the Enable Snapping. We want to make sure we have Snap Cusp nodes. We want that selected. And we want Snap Smooth nodes, including quadrant points of ellipses. We want that selected as well. And with those 2 selected, I'm going to snap the cursor to the bottom corner here and click to create a point. And then bring the line straight up to here, to the bottom of this corner right there. Click there to create another point. And then just go around and finish up this shape so that we end up with something like this nice shape here. And I'm going to come over to this side and do the same thing. I'm going to create another shape. It's pretty much the same shape, but reflected horizontally on the other side. And then I'll come up here and I'll create another shape up top over here. And once we have those 3 shapes created, I'm going to go to the Select tool. I'm going to take this object and just press Delete on the keyboard to get rid of it. And I'll take this object and press Delete on the keyboard to get rid of that. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take this top shape up here, and I want to right click that and go to Duplicate. And I want to bring that over here. And I want to click on this again so we get the rotation handles around the outside of the object. And I'm going to hold Control and grab this top. I'm going to hold Control and grab this top right corner arrow right here and rotate this clockwise 2 steps. So we'll go to 1, 2, so it's sitting flat like that. And then I'll hold Control again and I'll take this center arrow and I'll shear it over to the right 2 steps. So we'll go 1, 2, just like that. And what we want to do now is go to Edit, Copy, and then we want to grab the Circles and Ellipses tool. Just click and drag to create an ellipse like that. Convert that to a path by going to Path, Object to Path, and then go to Edit, Paste Size, Paste Size. And it's going to make that the same width and height that this box is. Then we'll grab the Select tool, hold Shift, click on this box, and over here where it says Align, we're going to want Last Selected Chosen over here. Align it on the vertical and horizontal axis like that. And we can go back and click and drag over both of those. Click on it again so we get back to our rotation handles. I'm going to hold Control and bring this over to the right, to the left 2 steps, 1, 2. And then I'll hold Control, grab this arrow, and bring this counterclockwise 2 steps, 1, 2, just like that. Click off of it to deselect everything. We could take this object now and press Delete on the keyboard to get rid of it. And now we could take this little ellipse right here, hold Shift, click on this shape, and center it up on the vertical and horizontal axis. And now we can click off of that to deselect everything. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to click on this ellipse, then I'm going to hold Control and Shift on the keyboard and click and drag to scale it down about that much. This is going to be the center point of the Lego block, the little the part that connects into the other blocks. And then I want to duplicate that. I'm going to zoom in on this so I can get a better view. I'm going to hold Control and roll up the mouse wheel a few times to zoom in. I'm going to right click that and go to duplicate, hold Control and click and drag this up about that far. We don't want this extending past this shape right here. We want it to stay contained within there. So I'd say right about there is pretty good. Maybe a little further. And once we've done that, I'm going to hold Shift and click on this other ellipse so we have them both selected. And I'm going to go to the Edit Paths by Nodes tool. And I'm going to click and drag over all of those shapes so we have all of those nodes selected. And up here where it says Insert New Nodes into Selected Segments, I'm going to click on that and it's going to put a new node between every other node like that. And once we've done that, we can go to the Select tool, click off of the graphic to deselect everything. And I'm going to connect these two shapes together now using the Bezier pen over here from the toolbar. Or again, you could press B on the keyboard for that. I'm going to snap the cursor to this left side of this ellipse and click, snap it up here to this left side, and then come across and snap it to the right side, and then down here to this right side as well. And then back to the starting point to end the shape. And what I'll do now is I'll go to the Select tool, I'll hold Shift, click on the ellipse down here, and go to Path Union. All right, now I'm going to press 1 on the keyboard to zoom back out to 100%. What I want to do now is start coloring this in. So I'm going to click off of this to deselect everything. I'm going to click on this bottom left shape over here, and I'm going to choose a medium shade of red, maybe this one down here. I'm going to get rid of that outline by holding Shift and clicking on the X. And then I'll click on this shape over here to the right. And I'll also hold Shift and click on this larger bottom half of the shape down here. And I'm going to make that a darker shade of that color red. And I'm going to bring the opacity of that all the way up. And I'm going to get rid of the black outline again by holding Shift and clicking on the X. Now we can click off of that to deselect everything. And finally, what I want to do is take this shape, hold Shift, click on the top circle, bring the opacity all the way up. And I want to make this a lighter shade of red, something like that. And then I'll get rid of the outline, hold Shift, click the X. I'll press 1 on the keyboard. Actually, I am zoomed out. One final thing we want to do is, let me click off of this to deselect everything. I'm going to take this shape right here on the left, then hold Shift and take this shape right here on the right. And I'll right click that and go to Duplicate. And then I want to flip those horizontally. Where it says Flip Selected Objects Horizontally, we go ahead and click on that. And then I'm going to zoom in on this. And I'm just going to hold Control and click and drag these down a little bit. I may have to zoom in a little more because it keeps snapping. There we go. And what I'm going to do now is right click on that. I'm sorry, no, we're not going to right click on that. We'll come up here to where it says Lower Selection to the bottom. And it's going to layer it beneath the two objects down here. And I'm just going to click and drag that down a little more. We want to end up with something like that. That right there looks pretty good. Now let me press 1 to zoom back out. I'm going to click and drag over this. Hold Control and Shift and scale it down. We now have our red Lego block. So what I want to do is create a few more of these in different colors. So I'm going to right click this and go to Duplicate. Hold Control, click and drag it over to the right, click off of it to deselect. And for this one, I'm going to hold Shift and click on each of these similar colors right there. I'm going to make this one blue. So I'll start out with the medium shade of blue, maybe something like this. Then I'll take these shapes over here and I'll make them a dark shade of blue like that. And then these two will be a lighter shade of blue like that. And I'll move that over a little bit. I'm going to duplicate these again. Right click, go to Duplicate, hold Control, click and drag it over to the right. I'll use yellow for this one. So I will make this one yellow. Start with the medium shade over here. Then I'll make this a darker shade of yellow. Maybe even a little more orange like that. And I'll take these two right here, make this a lighter shade of yellow. I forgot to get this one right here. Just grab the dropper and make that the same shade. And then finally, I want to make a green one. So we have red, blue, yellow, and then green. So I'll right click that and go to Duplicate, hold Control, bring this over to the right. Select these, holding Shift so we can select them both at the same time. I'm going to choose a medium shade of green, something like that. Then I'll take these darker objects and make them a darker shade of green. Maybe something along those lines. And then I'll make these a lighter shade of green. Okay, so now that we've done that, what I want to do is click and drag over all of the green objects and then group them together with the button that says Group Selected Objects. And I'm going to do the same thing with the rest of these blocks. I'm just going to group them all together, just like that. And now what we can do is we can take each of these blocks and use them to construct letters or numbers, which I'm going to show you how to do here. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this, I'm going to right click that and go to duplicate and bring it over here, and I'm going to start making a number 2 out of it. So I'm going to right click that and go to duplicate again. We're actually going to be duplicating this a lot. So instead of right clicking and going to duplicate every time, I recommend hitting Control D on the keyboard. It's just quicker to duplicate. Or you could just press spacebar while clicking and dragging it, and it'll create a duplicate copy like that. So once I've created the duplicate copy, I'm going to snap it right to the right of it, the lower right. I'll select both of those, Control D to duplicate, snap them together like that. Click off of that to deselect. I'm going to take this, I'm going to take just one of them over here, duplicate that, and I'm going to snap this over here to this right edge, to the left edge rather. Duplicate this one, snap it over here. I'm just going to zoom in to make sure I have that correct. Yes. And then I'll take 2 of these shapes, duplicate them, put them over here. I'll duplicate those shapes, and I'll stack this one up over here, 1 unit to the right. Hit Control D to duplicate it again, put this one over here. And you should pretty much get the idea. You can see where I'm going with this. You have to use a little bit of your imagination in order to really make these numbers and letters work. But if you do like a Google image search for isometric Lego letters, you can get like a snapshot of like the complete alphabet, and you could look at it and use it as a reference point to create your own text. And one thing you got to be careful of, you see I made the mistake down here. This isn't aligned properly. Sometimes it snaps to this corner and not this one, so that's something to be mindful of. I got to correct that. Otherwise, you'll create an entire letter or number and it just won't look right. Let me just correct that. There we go. I'll take 2 of these and bring these up here. Make 2 more of those, bring these over here. And I want to send those to the bottom. And then finally, I'll just take 2 more and bring them up here. And there we have a number 2. And that should give you an idea. Now, what we could do now is I'm gonna create the 2018, the year. I'm gonna go use each different color for each letter, or each number rather. So I'm gonna grab the blue shade over here. Before I do that, I just want to make sure that I'm creating it on the same horizontal plane. So I'm gonna take these 2 shapes right here and duplicate those and hold Control and click and drag them over to the right, and that's going to be the bottom of the letter 0. But I want this to be blue, so I'm going to take a blue copy and snap that on top of there. And I can hold Alt to select the red block beneath it, and then press Delete on the keyboard, and I can get rid of this one as well. Duplicate that and put that there. And then I'll take this and put this over here. Put this one over here. Put this one up here like that. I want to create 5 copies of these. 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And I want to take these and duplicate them for this right side over here. And then I'll duplicate these ones over here and put them up top. And then we want 2 more for the very top. And there's the number 0 right there. So I'm just going to go through and create the rest of this real quick. I'll create the number 1 and the number 8, and I'll catch up with you when I'm done. Okay, so as you can see, I've finished creating my isometric Lego letters using Inkscape. And again, like I said, it takes a little bit of creativity to figure out where you should place each individual block. But if if it makes things easier, you could take a screenshot of what I've done here and just follow along with the placement that I used. Or again, like I said, you could just search Google for images of this sort of thing, and it should be able to help you out. So that's how you can go about creating these Lego block letters using Inkscape. So if you have any questions, let me know. And as always, thanks for watching.